So, okay, my cat is very happy I'm home. I just got back home from getting, I don't know, maybe if you're just like a casual viewer, if you don't watch my live streams, then you don't know probably about this. But I decided to get aligners. I decided to bite the bullet, dip into the savings, and get aligners. I did not have Invisalign. I got Angel aligners. I asked for Invisalign at the place I go to, and they're like, we actually use Angel aligners now. It's a more new, updated technology, and it's better. So I'm like, okay, just got them. Just got back home from that. Not just like it spent around 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So my cat's happy to see me because I was gone. So I'm gonna be petting him if you're wondering. But I actually had quite a few videos ready to go, like uploaded to my channel, like scheduled to be up. It was uploaded. My videos were uploaded for schedules, right? I pre-recorded a lot of videos, okay, and then I was gonna like keep going on that train because just, you know, I love making ASMR, but I actually took around 3-ish weeks off from making any ASMR videos. This does not include my ASMR live streams that I do, as well as my members only videos. So I don't know why I did that. I want to go like this again, unless I want to go like this. What was I gonna say? Oh, and that's because I knew I was gonna get these. Maybe it's been even longer than that. Maybe it's been like more than a month, but I knew I was gonna get these. So I'm like, it will look different in videos once I have these in my mouth. So, because of that, I'm like, I'm gonna wait a bit before I record any more videos. So now I thought I wasn't planning on doing this, but then on my way home, I'm like, I should actually do a video. I was gonna do like a haul video, but pretty much all the stuff has like codes that represent or go back to me. Like if you were to look up these codes or try to figure out these codes, they link it back to me. So I'm not gonna do like a big haul or anything, but first I want to talk about what brought me to this point of getting aligners. I've been wanting to get aligners for a while, more so because I suffer from like my teeth cause issues. I already have issues swallowing and breathing as well, so and also I have TMJ. And so I thought it would be better to get my teeth aligned for aesthetic purposes. That's also a reason why, I'm not gonna lie, but it's like further down the list. So hopefully this helps with everything, because when you have misaligned teeth, it can give you TMJ or make your TMJ worse because everything's out of alignment. So I decided to finally, a couple months ago, a month and a half ago, that I would start the journey. Got an appointment in real quick, and then like sometime the week after, and I had called or submitted a form online. Maybe with a couple weeks, 1 or 2 weeks. But so signed up for everything online, went in, did the teeth scanning. They said, okay, well, see you back here. It takes about 6 weeks, so we'll see you in 6 weeks. Are you available in 6 weeks, like on the dot? So I said yes. So today, the day I'm actually filming this, should I say what day I'm filming this? You guys know how much I had like filmed in advance. Today is June 2nd of 2026. It is just past noon. I had a 9:10 a.m. appointment. So it is supposed to last around 1.5 years. So that means sometime in November is when I'll likely be done. But I'll leave it. Oh, also I was nervous for my appointment today because at dentists and stuff, I always feel like I'm getting waterboarded, and I have like issues with dysphagia and my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and whatnot. So I was like telling her, please, I need the suction thing if you're gonna put water in my mouth. There wasn't much water put in my mouth, and when there wasn't like a lot. So then she would just use the suction right away when she was like doing whatever. That was the thing I was most anxious about during my appointment. I am nervous because of, I don't know if I will be, I won't be, I'm not manifesting, no, but I am allergic to a lot of things, so I am hoping remind myself this is what I want. I paid for this, and I'll have to continue to pay for this after I put down the down payment every month. Because this is something that will help me to feel better. Also, to look better, honestly. In my opinion. If you have crooked up teeth out there, though, like, obviously I'm not one to judge. I never really look at people's teeth. Like, ever. I don't even notice that people have crooked teeth unless they point it out. Maybe that's just a me thing because of my own journey with my teeth. I want to go back in time a little bit. So, for those of you who don't know, I actually used to have braces way back in the day. I got them for free because I had such bad teeth. And that was the first year, at least in North Dakota, that it was implemented where you could get braces for free if you qualified for a certain program, and I did based on a scale. And so there was only one orthodontist in the whole Fargo area that allowed you, the Fargo area that allowed you to qualify for this program, and so I got everything for free, or else it would have been over $10,000. I had very misaligned teeth. I should comb through some pictures. Maybe once I get done with, well, I don't know. At some point, maybe because I've shown pictures of me like as a child, even though I try not to do that because there's perverts online. But my teeth used to, like, I'm not kidding. I'm not just saying, oh, they were like, oh, they just were crooked. They were very poorly misaligned to the point where I got them for free. And with flying colors, I passed to get them for free. Like, they're like, yeah, you start the braces pronto. So I got the braces. Sometime, I'm trying to think because I had them for just under 2 years, so. But that doesn't make sense. So maybe I got them because I feel like I got them in 5th grade. It wouldn't make sense for me to have gotten them in 4th grade. If I got them in 4th grade, you know what? I think it was like June of. Oh God. It was like June of 2010. I want to say maybe it was sometime April, May, or June, like springtime maybe of 2010. So I think that was when I was in 4th grade. Am I thinking right? Anyway, so like just at the end of 4th grade, and so then 5th grade rolled around. I had them in 5th grade, unless if I got them in 5th grade. Anyway, it could have been the summer before 5th grade. And then at the very end, there was only like a week left of 6th grade is when I got them taken out. It was 1 or 2 weeks left. Very positive on that. And then what happened is in 7th grade, during 7th grade, I had lost my retainers, and I didn't know that you could get like replacement retainers. When I told my mom I'd lost my retainers, though, she just like was like, okay, well, I guess your teeth are gonna get crooked again. So she says that she regrets not helping me like get new retainers because that's something I easily could have done. Maybe it would have costed like money, you know, to get replacement retainers. But what happened is over time, then obviously over the years and years and years, my teeth have become misaligned. My teeth are not nearly, not even close to being as bad as they were when I was younger. But there are forms, especially on the tops and bottoms. There's 2 or 3 spots of severe misalignment is what the orthodontist had told me on my teeth. I'm surprised to even qualify for these because I'm allergic to so many things nowadays. I didn't think I'd be able to get these aligners because usually if you have like severe forms of misalignment, you only qualify for traditional braces like metal braces, but you're more likely to have an allergic reaction from those like metallic stuff I can't do. So I'm glad I got these. So hopefully everything goes smoothly with this. Obviously I just got them in too, so it'll be an adjustment period. But yeah, so it feels weird in my mouth. I already have issues with my mouth. Like it might not look like it, but like I have a small mouth, so even like regularly, especially as my teeth have become more misaligned, it's hard to. I have to like kind of force my mouth to close. Now, if I want to like be relaxed, this is what it looks like. Relax. So for the most part, I'm mainly just home alone, or like at home anyway. So I don't care if my mouth is like. But yeah. So I'm nervous for I'll have to eat lunch. Actually, did I say it's past noon? It's a little bit past 11. But later I'll have to eat lunch. I'll have to see how my teeth are. People say eating, at least the first few days, is weird. Like drinking anything, whether you have your aligners in or not, is weird. So I'm nervous because I already have issues with my dysphagia, like swallowing things. So I'm already aware and conscious, so I'll just have to keep that up. Excuse me, a little burp. And hopefully everything ends up being okay. I go in around 2.5 months. 3.5 months, and they're just gonna see if everything looks good, and if I need to get certain attachments off, put new ones in, then they'll do that. But yeah, I gotta see my Dental Pro Pro to put my aligners in, and then I also got Polident tablets, but apparently I don't even need to use those. And I would rather not because I'm afraid about being allergic, so I just have to use. It says warm water, so I guess I'll use definitely not hot. I'll try to use like lukewarm water, and then I have to scrub every time, like before or after. I think I'll probably do it before I put it in the pod. So I'm gonna take it out and just put it back in. Yeah, I'll do that before I put it in the pod, the 𝒓𝒐𝒻 pod. So if I don't have to use the like retainer, aligner, denture cleaner, Polident tablets, then that's fine. I already opened one of them, but for the other one, I told my mom, give it to my sister, give it to my dad, who I'm no contact with because he has dentures, and I think he uses Polident. If not, then those should still work. But, yeah. It'll be around 10 aligner trays at a time that I'll have, and I'll have to go in just so they can check on them and then give me the other set of trays. I wonder where they have the room for the storage for all that. There's a kid, because it's mostly like children, and there are people who are about my age, but there was somebody who was a teenager who was still left to me, unless he was like college age, but he looked young, so I think he was like maybe 16 if I had to guess, I don't know. Anyway, I bring this up because I'm not surprised that he said he keeps losing his aligners. It's only been less than 2 months and he's already keeps losing his aligners. So how do you lose your aligners? Maybe it's because I have OCD and I'm so hypervigilant of a person. I would not be able to forgive myself if I ever somehow lost my aligners. Also, I don't even have to like submerge them in water. I can just put them in the tray, in this clasp, this aligners case. There we go. If I want to, but I'm gonna put them in the Pod Pro, 𝒓𝒐𝒻 Pod Pro every time, while I'm eating or brushing my teeth. Which I have to brush my teeth every time. Every time after I'm done eating, before I put the aligners in. They say at least twice a day, so I think they expect that if you have lunch, like throughout the day, if you're out, like if you're at work or at school or out and about, you don't have to brush your teeth. But I'm like, so maybe my place I go to is just more relaxed about all that. But also, they only last for around 10 days, so maybe that's also why they're like, if they get stains on it, doesn't really matter. But I don't know. I already put my stuff away again. I have to be careful because there's stuff on here as well that shows like my information. But I'll show you. I'll cover this up while I show you. It says it has the angel wings, 𝐴𝑁𝐺. Also, I'm nervous about breaking the aligners, which I don't think is super common, but it does happen from what people on Reddit say. Also because everything's so misaligned, but especially my bottom teeth. So the top part, hardest getting this part off. Bottom part, and putting it on, it was fine in the top, and then bottom part, hard to take off, especially over here, and then putting on, I have to like put it right here. And so instead of my top, where I went like that over the top and the bottom, I get it in place, but then I snap it in place going from back to front, or else it won't work. I couldn't even do it when I was there, so hopefully I'm able to do it later on properly. I don't want to have to use the hooks. It feels nice, maybe it's a control thing, but I don't know, it feels nice just using my hands to get them out. Also, I'm afraid I'm more likely to break them if I don't use my hands. She said I could also try underneath, taking them up, but I don't know how people do that. I couldn't do that. I'm like, no, that feels weird. I can't do that. Oh, sorry, Axel. He put his head near my foot and I moved my foot. I didn't realize it didn't like hit him, but it like kind of like grazed him a little bit. So I maybe like for Wednesday uploads, I'll provide updates on these, how my journey's going. Like every time I get an appointment, go in for an appointment, I could do like an update. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if there would be much to update. Also, nothing is hurting yet. I know that's mainly like the day after is when it starts to actually like get sore. My teeth, actually, I'm really good with pain, but my teeth and my jaw are typically places where I don't do good with pain. Same with when I'm getting like gynecological exams, but that's a whole different orifice. So I'll have to see how I feel tomorrow. I'm not nervous about like getting the pain or anything, but if I do experience pain, I'm allergic to things like ibuprofen. So I'll just have to deal with it if I do have pain. I'm not worried about the soreness. That's literally like, I haven't thought about that at all, except for like when she was talking earlier at the appointment about how I'm likely to experience soreness throughout the process and like whatever. And that's like, that didn't even cross my mind. I'm not nervous about that. Like whenever I get tattoos, I'm never nervous about the pain either. It's more so if I have an allergic reaction, like where my throat will close, or I can't breathe, or I can't swallow efficiently enough. But yeah, I think it'll be something where it'll be easy enough to get used to, but I think maybe not. Maybe it'll take a few months for me, just because I have such like crooked, misaligned teeth. So it might be something. For me, it might take more getting used to than they say. Like more than just taking a few days, honestly. Like getting used to it. Any pain I feel though, any pressure, I'm fine with that. It felt really weird when they first put everything in. I'm like, oh, this feels tight. But it's like, that's the point. Also, I didn't ask them, but they said to do 10 days before switching into the new trays. I think today starts as day 1, right? Not day 0. I always get confused about stuff like that, where people like day 1. It's like, okay, is this day 1 or is day 1? So, okay, I have a question. Leftovers. Is day 1 of leftovers that day, or is it the next day? So, do you understand my confusion? But also, I told them that back when I had braces before, I actually had to take like 2 or 3 months where I had to keep my braces on. I was expected to get them off even sooner than I did. Like, yeah, because it was supposed to be more like a year and a half, but then I had to keep them on longer because my teeth overcorrected, because my teeth were moving quickly, and they even told me that back then. Now I know I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, so that's actually a lot more common if you have hypermobility. Things move around a lot quicker. So, also the dental assistant or hygienist commented on how they really liked my tattoos. She really liked my snow leopard tattoo the most. She only has 4 smaller tattoos. One of them is behind her ear though. It's a little bumblebee. Just look at me, there's those behind her this ear, and then she had a few other tattoos. Before I forget, I'm gonna make, y'all wanna see the thumbnail I'm gonna make? nervous about taking them in and out, and also I'm still nervous about swallowing liquids, and then even after taking these out, swallowing food. So I'll especially just have to be careful at night, because throughout the day my mast cell allergic type reaction issues get worse at night, so I'll just have to be careful. The most careful at night, which I already am. So that's what I'm most nervous about, of anything, is not being able to swallow. Which it's so weird. Most people don't probably even think about that at all when they get their aligners. But I just want to make sure that I can swallow food and swallow beverages, and especially also swallowing beverages with these in. Even if it's at the same level as before, because I already have issues. So even if it stays like about the same as before, then that's fine. If it's even better somehow, that's also great. Also, I hypersalivate because of my GERD, and also it's just how I am. So it's interesting when I look at like the saliva collect in there. I'm like, I don't know if that's okay or not, but I'm just gonna assume it is. But the process is really easy. They did it differently than I think a lot of videos I saw in preparation. They like put individually the buttons on, but instead the dental hygienist had to like do some prep stuff, and then she put an aligner on my teeth that contained the attachments, and then she put a light thing on them to keep them, because the light secured it. I don't know how that works. It's cool though. Then she would rip them off. It really wasn't. It took longer for us to, I think. Well, it took about the same amount of time as when we were talking beforehand. Like, she was laying out all the rules of it, like, and any questions, comments I had about it, just like talking about the process, what to expect, what's normal, what's not normal, all of that. It took about the same amount of time doing all of that as it did doing the stuff on the teeth. So I don't get billed right away for the monthly payments. It starts at the beginning of the first week of next month, and unless somehow things go really crazy, I should be able to afford the full payments for that, because I already put down a down payment, then I have to do the other payments. But yeah, excited. I was more nervous leading up until like 2 or 3 days before, and then I was less nervous, and then this morning I wasn't really nervous. I still got the nervous poops though. Who out there also gets the nervous poops? Raise your hands up, hit the like button. No, but seriously, that's such a thing. Even if I wasn't really feeling that nervous, but like enough so that was gonna be the nervous poops. So I was able to get all that out of my system before I headed out. I exercise in the morning, so it'll be weird. I won't brush my teeth in the morning. I'll wait, to do it like before. You should like take them out before you eat, right? So then after I work out in the mornings is when I eat breakfast. So then I'll just have to, after I work out, I'll do all that. I'll do all but that. I do it because in case, because my chronic health issues, if that acts up. Also,